get this on. Yeah, it needs to happen.
Okay, just to get the
Yeah,
people
go back,
into
go back.
yeah, I'm going back. So this is my lovely dear Gemma. Jenna, just please introduce yourself. You were in the podcast already. So now it's going podcast time. We are very spontaneous. We decided to record it because we are diving deep already. So please.
Can I just say that every single time I come into contact with you, it's like we can't like literally look at the excited cheeks already. We cannot have superficial weather conversation. Like we've gone from me introducing my butt, oh, you can't even see it, my butt clef new gym shorts.
Yes, and we are started actually with embodiment and we danced a little bit. So
Yes, exactly. So we've gone through dancing, we've gone through butt clef gym plastic shorts, and then we're um secreting ourselves into a conversation about wearing the right clothes for the role that you're going to play. That's where we came in. So let me introduce myself and just say I classify myself as a holistic therapist, but that to me means mind, body, and soul. So everything that is seen and unseen and stuff that makes sense and the stuff that doesn't make sense. And I feel like Inez and myself converge on such a lovely axis of science and magic. Oh, it makes me so excited. Like I've got the
yeah, we are like bridging everything, like mind, body, and soul, as you said. And everyone has a little, yeah, trick and treat and every conception, and we are sharing, yeah, our experiences. Yeah.
but you were just setting up one of I think such an important
Mm.
conversation. And I had to stop you and say, record this because I feel like you're going to say something quite profound. So, could you go back and set up this in the way that you were so beautifully doing? Because you were making such a good point.
Yeah. Okay, we were talking about no, you have to start actually, Gemma. You were
Oh.
like you want to be in the best shape of your life. That was the
Mm,
start, I think. Maybe you could start with that, and then I'm going
okay.
in.
So from the butt clef shorts, and the reason why I was buying butt clef shorts, but I didn't actually mean to. And I had a desire. I would probably say like maybe it's 2 years ago, actually. It's quite a long time ago that I wanted to get into the best shape of my life. But I wanted because I used to do bikini modeling, muscle building, but I never actually stepped on stage because I didn't like the ethos behind it. There was no point in me doing it. I love the training, I love to be fit, but I was not at the point where I wanted to stand on stage. And I saw the caliber of what was standing on stage, and I was like, Jesus
Mhm.
Christ, like, I don't think at the time I would have had the mind power to be able to push myself to that point. But at the height of my physicality, looking the best that I have ever looked, I also had eating disorders. I was restricting my calories to the point where it was ridiculous. Everything revolved around food. I would train for hours a day. Everything was about aesthetics, and I was literally trying to guide myself every single day, every single waking moment. Like, how can I get the best aesthetic out of my day?
Self-optimization wheel, yeah.
Exactly.
And maybe your cycle was also not quite in
My
okay, or
hormones were off the chart, and I was
mm,
also on thyroid medication. So I was having to literally burn off that
mm,
thyroid medication because I was so out of balance. Like looked fantastic, but so depleted in
yeah.
probably every other realm, spiritually bypassing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I wanted to prove that you can still have the aesthetics, but also still keep in the range of health, well-being, and bring all of yourself and be in alignment with that aesthetic. And I wanted to do it without supplements, without the protein powders, without the add-ons, without the overtraining, without the disorders, basically, without being disordered. And I said to myself that I needed to have clothes that embodied that character
Mm-hmm.
of who I wanted to play. And I was saying to you that as soon as I bought the clothes, my body started to morph. I can already feel that my body is starting to hold itself differently. And then we were talking about, and I was remembering a lovely memory of my dad teaching me how to do this. So when I said to my dad, I want to learn how to paint, I want to be an artist, he would get one of his old, terrible, pattern shirts and he would put it on me like a smock, give me a
Mm-hmm.
little wooden board as a little palette, and I would be there, being Monet, and painting my ducks and, all that kind of stuff, learning how to draw perspectives. And that very much sat in the back of my mind as you have to dress for the part you're going to play. You have to take all of yourself in. And then you went straight into something that I would have never put together. And you were talking about breatharians. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
whoa, you're literally putting two dots and
Mm-hmm.
joining like that. As soon as I could see your brain connecting those two together, I was like, we're on. Let's go. Switch,
I'm not.
switch it on. She's going.
Yeah, she's going. No, yeah, I like the perspective. I think that's, yeah, that's fancy me. That's like, it's good for my ego. Thank you. But we all have one, so that's fine.
Nothing bad about that.
No, exactly. No, um, my mind was thinking about exactly what you're saying because your body is morphing into the direction you want to go. And as soon as you told me about the very holistic way without the supplements and all the stuff, I just, yeah, my brain did stuff. So, or I channeled something. I don't know. Um, and they were the breatharians because it's quite present for me this year because I'm observing like a community with like light nutrition. And they are basically saying the things you were saying before, that all the eating is pure conditioning. So it's very emotional. Obviously, we know that. It's soothing our nervous system when we eat in company, for example. It's a sign of befriending. It's a sign to be safe. It's a
Mm.
sign, or it's also input for our vagus nerve, vagal toning and stuff like that. And I'm observing this, and I find a part of me is very intrigued, and a part of me is really disagreeing to all this stuff because it's not, how to say, I don't see the world like it is because I consider ourselves as human being as part of the cycle, as part of the circle we are all in, the circle of life. And literally our bodies consist of the soil of the earth, of all the elements, of all the atoms. We do have so many minerals in ourselves, and I'm doing hair mineral analysis, for example, with my clients. And for me, it's literally reading the soil in your body, and it's very spiritual actually for me because I can tell if someone has a calcium shell in this pattern. I know you are literally like a cancer. You don't want, you are in isolation, you want to protect yourself and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I'm also very, how to say, it doesn't really make sense at the moment for me, because of course we need the material side of food in the bigger way, and also the emotional and the etherical way. Of course, I believe that sunlight is nutrition for us. I believe that grounding is nutrition for us. That's not a discussion we have to make. I'm aware of that and I believe truly in that. At the same time, I think that food enables us to be in contact with our environment in which we are in. and our microbiome is talking to the environment and give us the feedback we are in. So what is the food around us? What are the senses around us? The essential oils and stuff like that. So for me, it doesn't make any sense to not be in direct contact by food to communicate with the environment we are in order to recalibrate us for this special environment.
Yeah, that I feel like everything that you said is the truth. That would be my belief system. I feel like I speak often to people that I work with in regards to the nutritional value that you're getting energetically.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that supplements give you like an energy boost,
Mm-hmm.
like the placebo effect kind of thing. You feel
Or
like you're
if you are or if you are depleted, which are
exactly.
many people in the modern world, it's not like a boost, it's like coming to an even point in order to heal yourself, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like when you're the thing that never gets actually discussed is
Mm.
that the human body, once it is in equilibrium and alignment, shouldn't need add-ons.
Yeah.
It's to correct. That's the way
Mm-hmm.
that I see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like with, I mean, like, how can I say it? With any energy exchange, whether you're eating, whether you're drinking, whether you're, receiving Reiki, whether you're receiving a massage, like
Yeah.
whatever it is, you're exchanging energy with another human being, with another force.
Yeah.
And I feel like you have to be aware of what you actually need from the outside world. What do you need to receive? And then once you actually work out what that is, once you've received it, you feel replenished. But I feel
That's
like
so
so sorry, it's just to say, like I feel like so many of us don't know what we need because our love languages are so messed up from the lack of intimate relationships we have with our parents.
mm,
So say for example, if a parent saw you upset and they were like, "Oh, give them something to eat, shut them up."
mm,
So then you start becoming attached to food instead of connection.
yep.
So when you think that you're hungry, well, actually you just need to be touched and held and listened to and someone to look at you. Like even just having somebody sit there and just enjoy you for 5 minutes. No touch, no nothing, like literally just like to be actively enjoying someone and have someone look at you like they love you, like that's
Being
nutritious.
present. Hmm.
Yeah, that's nutritious. Or like when you're talking to someone, just to reach out and like to hold someone, like I think that we don't understand that enough. And that's the
Mm,
reason why we reach for all these different things, and we're like, oh, I need this and I need that. And we are nutritious to each other. That's why so much of our hormonal patterns are in relationships.
yeah.
And I think, like, I mean, like, even just coming on to speak to you, I can feel myself getting excited. I'm like,
Yes.
like, and you're miles away from me.
Mm-hmm.
You're miles away from me. But just even knowing that I'm connecting with you today, like, I walked faster on my walk. I was like, dee, 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 like, and this is like so nutritionally dense for me to have a conversation like this. Amazing. To see your face, to know that you understand me, to know that we both enjoy this. Like, it's like my legs go funny.
Yeah. Let's go funny.
Like it's just like a little playmate. Like we're going to go and do something fun today.
Absolutely.
It's so underrated.
Mm. So what you're saying is basically, and I totally agree to that, that nutrition took place for real connection.
Yes.
And at the same time, we need nutrition in so many other ways than just food. But also food is very important.
Do you know what? For
Yeah.
me, food is the top of my love language.
Absolutely.
To
Food
cook
is,
food, to forage food, to um like honestly, to cook someone a meal and to share that meal with someone is
I
I
think
don't
it's
even care whether
pure.
I eat it.
No, it's pure. It's for me pure female energy, and it's like Mother Earth energy. She's feeding us from the abundance she has, and she doesn't questioning her abundance.
Yeah.
Oh, I could make that flower. I don't know what to do with it, but it's nice. So
Yeah.
this is a flower. Here you go. But so many. I have so many thoughts about it. So one was the female energy. I was like, because you were saying we are not aware of the energy we are literally needing, also truly needing. What is our need for the energy? And for me, there was the female energy going distorted because it's like not knowing what to nurture
Mm.
or how to nurture myself. And we were all in this bubble for the last years with female energy and all the work we did and toxic, I don't know what, and the dark and the light feminine and all the stuff. And I ask myself quite often, we need this masculine energy container. And I think many women who went on the journey to educate their female energy now really need to educate also the masculine energy. So for us, it's not new. We were in we were in several processes around that, but I think this is a very important thing. And we are craving for that. And the masculine energy is also like the container for all the stuff we are doing to ourselves, all the energy we need the consciousness to be aware of what you need. So that's for me.
Yeah, and yes, like so on it in so many ways. And the first thing that my brain goes to is picking people, how can I say it? Picking people in your reality that are going to serve your needs. Like you do actually need to be selfish in regards to who you pick in your um
Environment.
yeah, in your
Yeah.
friendship group. Like
Hmm.
I feel like so many of us want to be accepted that we pick people that accept us immediately.
Yeah.
And I feel like we don't give ourselves the benefit of the doubt, as in, like, is this person actually good for me? Does this person pull me up by my bootstraps?
Yeah.
Does this person point out when I'm not living my highest?
Is there integrity between your connection? I think that's
Yeah,
what you mean. So
yeah.
I think it's not about the yes sayers. It's not about that. It's about integrity. Yeah, to get the best out of each other.
Hmm. I realized something only really recently, that the person that really sees you will be, it's not that they can hold you at your worst, it's that they can hold you at your best.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, when you're self-employment, like myself, you can literally see how many old friends, yeah, and I'm doing the thing here. How you
Bunny
say
ears,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, yes. The bunny ears. How many of them actually approve of what you're doing or book something from you because they know
Hmm.
you are doing a good job, for example?
Hmm.
It's like going to zero.
Hmm.
And yeah, and people outside in the social media world or in the community, people you don't even know are like, hey, I want to book your offering. And that's so crazy. And you really see what the people are thinking about.
So I have a very what's the word? Straight answer to give you in regards to that.
Go.
So it's something that I have always faced, always faced. it's never your closest friends that come and do business with you. And there's a reason.
No.
There's a reason why. And it doesn't really matter what you do.
Hmm.
Doesn't really matter what you do. Whether you like when I used to be a seamstress, when I used to have the wedding shop, when I used to work in retail, like it doesn't really matter what you do. Your
Hmm.
bestest will not come and do business with you because there is a huge program that money makes people
Yeah.
problematic.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Money and
the
family, money and friends, and
that's the
money is
reason why.
evil. Money breaks friendships and all this stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, I know, I know.
So the people have inner programming that has absolutely nothing to do with you.
Yes, I know that. I know.
And for like there's so many memes all
Hmm.
over Instagram. There's a really lovely lady that I follow, a public speaker, Jen Go, I can never say her name. Go Ball or Go Ball. She's cool anyway, but she talks a lot about social media and becoming a public speaker and becoming viral, whatever, will literally, make you like Marmite, your friends disappear.
Hmm.
And I'm like, that's not necessarily true.
No, it isn't.
It's
It
not
depends.
necessary. I feel like that's such a mass generalization. Like I have acquaintances that have followed me since the dawn of time, and they
Hmm.
stay on the outer peripheral of what I do, and they just enjoy, not just, but they enjoy my content that I put out. They stay with me the whole time. They'll comment every so often. Like sometimes I can feel that they're there, and they support me in the same way that someone in my inner circle does, who, is actively telling people about my work.
Yeah.
Like I try not to get into the stories of it's general that once you start doing something or once you start, you know, doing better for yourself, blah, 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 then you automatically lose everyone. I feel
Mm.
like what it does is it shows you who you are.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's the thing that people don't want to understand. Like how do you deal with your intimate relationships? Can you handle when they don't agree with you?
Yes, of course. I'm still friends with them, so that's
Exactly.
fine.
So that
It
that
doesn't matter. It was more like from a observing point of view, you know? Like you are basically showing them, so that's my answer. There are so many different ways to live a life beside the conditioning we had. And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm like the paradise bird showing them into your face. So that's also possible. You don't have to have like the narrative of getting a house, children, blah, 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 all the stuff you do, which is fine, by the way. It's absolutely fine when you're doing that. It's cool, but it was not for me, and that's my answer for that. So I'm just
Mm.
like
But also
the trailblazer in my community
also
to,
think how many gates that you've been through though,
yeah,
Ines.
of course.
Like this is something that I
We
think
are
about
resilient as fuck. Bam. Hello?
once I learned it very seriously when COVID hit. And
Hmm.
maybe we can double back to the breatharian thing actually, because I
Yes,
feel
I
like it's
want to say
creating a
something about
nice
that
loop.
too. Hmm.
So when COVID hit and everyone was going along with the narrative, and I was very much not going along with the narrative, people that were meeting me were like, aren't you angry? Aren't you this? Aren't you blah, blah, blah at these people that are asleep? And I was like, no, they're terrified. And I feel like I feel where I am is a privilege. And when I look at other people who are living in ways that are very restrictive, I see someone who's scared.
Hmm.
And I think it was only 5 minutes ago that I managed to leave that kind of framework. So I think in another 5 minutes, that person could easily, you know, move out of where they are. But also, I feel like every single time that I've moved through one of these gateways of some kind of illusion or truth, it's like you have to keep leaving parts of yourself behind.
Hmm.
And, we can look back now and go, oh, yeah, like this. I feel like it's more of an expansion, isn't it? You just
Yeah.
feel more like everything feels more What's the word I'm looking for? It's not abrasive. That's not the right word. I'm getting abrasive, but it's raw, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm.
You know, you
Mm.
can, and I suppose that's where I'm sort of trying to come back into the breatharian thing is breatharian is one end of a very, very humongous scale, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the end, it's an extreme. And I, for myself, decided not to be in extremes. I want to
Yeah.
extremes, though I can see the beauty in extremes because extremes are like recalibrating where you are. So I think it's very natural that like you have a pendulum, you always do from one side to another to find your balance, and the balance is always in the middle. It's not
Mm.
on the edge of either side. So I think this is a very normal way of expansion, expanding your consciousness. I think it's very organically. And there are times where you think this is the only truth,
Yeah.
this I am right and you all are stupid
I
and stuff
will
like
die
that.
on this hill.
Yes. And 1 year later, you were like looking back and was like, oh, such a douchebag. Ugh, what have I done? So that's very humbling, And
Yeah.
I considered myself also like an extremist, extremist. Yeah. So every time when I'm into a certain field, I'm like, that's the shit. Everyone has to know about it. You are all douchebags. And 1 year later, I'm always like, oh, okay. Very humbling. I love that. I also enjoy the process, and every time I'm like on fire for something, and my ego thinks this is the truth, I'm always like, okay, maybe we get a little distance of that, and
Yeah.
maybe there are several perspectives, and of course, we all live in our own life reality, and we cannot we cannot even relate to everything. So very every reality is very uh, yeah, very special, yeah. But we have empathy at some point. We can feel that. At least when you're good, when you're regulated. When you're not regulated, you don't have empathy. So that's another discussion we could have. But and also with the Breatharians, there is a part I truly believe, but I really see a strict boundary for myself or for my integrity, for my values. That as soon as it comes for children and stuff like that, I'm very. It's like the veganism stuff and all the extreme dieting stuff. I think that's not for us. When you're growing up, when you're grown up and you want to experience this, you go into your own exploration. Do so. Go ahead. It's your body, your choice. You can do whatever you want. But
Mhm.
with children, I think it's a different thing because you can also, yeah, get children not the proper nutrition they need to grow. And I think,
Mm.
look at the nature. Yeah, when you want to grow food, you need a lot of care. You need the rain. You need good soil. You need maybe fertilizers from the nature. You need all that. So it doesn't make sense
Mm.
for me. When I'm only looking to the nature, it doesn't make sense for me.
Well, I'll share something with you. I haven't actually said this publicly, so I can share something with you that the aloe told me the other day.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's really funny. So, I mean, you know
Aloe
that,
vera for all who is listening.
yeah,
Aloe
so I
vera.
have an aloe vera farm. I've
Yeah.
been working with aloe for seriously for about 7 years. Plants do talk, by the way. They talk a lot if you listen.
Mm.
And my aloe are hilariously funny. And we were repotting the other day, and I spent 2 days with them. And we were having a conversation about men in society. That's what they wanted to talk
Mm.
about. And they were saying if men were calmer, then everything would be okay. And I was like, sound like that's simple, So how do we do that then? Like along
When
with the
man, 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 or human?
Well, they just said men.
When men were calmer, everything would be fine.
Yeah, but hold on. So they went on. So I was like, right, so how do we do this then? And the first thing that they said to me was the vegans, vegetarians, right?
Mhm.
This is from plants. This is not from me. I just want to say that out loud. This is not from my brain,
So
okay?
Gemma is also working energetically, and that's also the stuff I do in my women's circles to connect with all it is, to
Yes.
get your messages to be in tune with your environment. Basically, our starting point from the interview. So,
Yes. So I asked the question. I said, so how are we doing this? And they said, right, okay, so vegans, vegetarians, they think that they're being very conscious by not eating animals, right?
I'm laughing. I'm laughing
Right?
already. I
This is
know.
from a plant. This is
I
from a
know.
plant,
I'm
right?
laughing already, Gemma.
And and I was like, okay. So I was furrowed browed at this point because I was like, this is a plant. Like, and then they went on to say, have you ever heard of an animal trying to sort your life out? Like, have you ever had an animal come up to you and try to give you life advice or to try and heal your body or to try and, sort out humanity in any single way? And I
No,
was
they
like,
they are in tune with their innate intelligence.
well, the way that they do, so this conversation went on. So I was like, so I've got a plant telling me to not eat plants and to eat animals. Okay, right. So I'm just going to listen. And then they went on to animals are so close to our own consciousness because there's grades in consciousness.
Yeah, yeah.
Plants are in the same category as fungi and mushrooms and all that
They
kind of
don't
stuff.
have a nervous system, so.
Exactly, right?
Mm.
And they were like, our level of consciousness is to help the whole. Like that's why we're here. We're to
Yeah.
help the whole, right? And the people that think that they're being really conscious are eating us at a rate of knots and killing half of the known universe to put crops of us everywhere because they want to eat us more. But they're killing everything in reality for that to happen. Like, in other words, for wheat and grain and
Soy.
avocados and all this kind of stuff. And
Mm.
like, even the aloe was saying there's fields and fields and fields and fields of us, and it's not needed.
Mm.
And
Hmm.
and this is the reason why. So the conversation peaked at plants have been genetically messed with to the point where it's not medicine anymore. We're having
Hmm.
to consume so much of the same thing because humans keep messing with the natural product.
Yeah, of course, no seeds and all the stuff.
So I was
A
like,
plant without no seed. In America, I've seen so much about that. And I was like, so you're basically getting dependent on companies that are feeding you because the food you're buying has no seed and you are not able to seed something.
but that the plant was saying that is how messed up
Yeah.
people are, like thinking that they're so conscious are being so unconscious
Hmm.
because they're not actually following through with what they're actually doing. So
It's
the
always
amount
like
of
looking what
grain.
is. You know what? Looking what is.
Exactly.
The
But
people
like
are not looking. Yeah.
the plant was like saying the amount of grain, the amount of plant matter that you have to eat for, a cow who is actively regenerating the land.
Yeah.
Like you're like the plant was just like, that's the face.
Man, Gemma, I have to come to your aloe farm. Really, I would have to. We have a sip of aloe juice and talk to the plants, lowering our consciousness.
So, so also, I warn you as well, and I really want Marilyn to come and try it. The
Hmm.
aloe will give you ayahuasca dreams.
Yes, I truly believe that. I think aloe is very, very special. I have a few here too. And I think they are very special. They have so thick skins and are so nutritious. And the flesh is so dense. And I think it's quite similar to
Can you eat it straight from the leaf?
with the green.
So the latex, do you have the latex when you eat it, or
No.
would you clean
No,
it?
but I know that you're doing that. So I
Mhm.
know there's much fiber in it and stuff like that. By the aloes I have, I don't actually eat. It's more like being a plant because they are very little. So and
Mm,
they are coming from what I say not proper, you know, origins. I wouldn't eat them. So
mm.
that's
Yeah, well,
just for
always be careful about what plants you're eating anyway.
yeah, absolutely. So
Chemicals and
I'm
things.
very aware, but I'm connecting. It's funny and yeah. And
But yeah,
she's enjoying being nearby the little Buddha statue I have. Like it's a Buddha statue from my dad. He brought it from Thailand to me. It's from
oh.
wood, and she's like beside that, and I think it's a good place for her to be. Yeah,
No, they really do like the energy of Buddha. I've got Buddhas
yeah.
in the tunnel.
See, yeah. It's the
Yeah,
same here. So she
yeah, they
likes it.
really do enjoy it.
Yeah,
But the in regards to the consciousness of say vegan and vegetarian,
yeah.
I feel like you know how you were kind of saying that the breatharian's like a psyop.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Atlantis was breatharian.
Yep.
That's something that just it suits, it fits.
Or Lemuria could also be, I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
well, I think maybe those old
Yeah.
civilizations were absolutely. And I feel like there's something that happens with breatharian that I've maybe touched a little bit on in some of my deep meditations because I do a type of meditation where I don't physically breathe.
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose it's kind of there, but you
Mm-hmm.
can't do it for, like long periods of time. You wouldn't be able to do it for a day. Like you wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to do it for, I mean, probably the longest I've done it is for a couple of hours, but it takes you so long to get into that state that you've
Oh,
got.
crazy. And you're not breathing or slowly breathing or
Well,
bringing your
the
metabolism
idea is that
down.
you bypass the intake. So if you were going to, like a deep sea
Mm-hmm.
diver,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
they train themselves to
Yeah.
bypass the want to breathe in.
Mm-hmm.
So this type of meditation is kind of the same as that, but basically you relax all the pull, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So you leave yourself open and relaxed so that it's almost like that you're one
Mm-hmm.
with the outside world. You're not a separation. It's not the fibers that are.
Yeah, I sense it. I sense it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the idea of the meditation. But this is, I mean, I didn't even realize what I was doing this when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea what I was doing. It's only been in the last couple of years that I realized that it was an ancient yogi technique and
Mm-hmm.
people have died trying to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea. And I think that the breatharian is almost like it's skipping evolution stages.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we come right back to the beginning of the conversation and we were saying about like the nutrition, the touch, like if we really lived in the way that humans are meant to be living, like using our telepathy more, like being more connected in touch, being more connected in a vision, like can you imagine if we were all moving and living in a peaceful direction where we didn't have to worry that someone was going to screw us over or like, I feel like that's the kind of feeling that you get in secure relationships.
But we don't have that.
That's what I mean. So can
So
you?
it's we don't have that, and we want to bypass, like you said, we want to bypass to be more conscious and stuff like that. But it's the same. I think it's also observing what is. That's always my thing. So for a toddler, for example, it's not healthy and not intelligent or anything to walk straight, you know? It's like you don't have integrated a certain reflex so that you first crawl and then your fascia is working properly, your nervous system is working properly, so it has an effect on your posture and everything. So when a baby straight goes to walking, you know, there is something not integrated. And the
Hmm.
same is in this very conscious process we are all in. It's for me, it's absolutely the same. So what is your foundation then? Or is it collapsing completely? And I think from the last years, some people are collapsing right now because the foundation is not working properly. And
Oh
that's
my
embodiment.
God, that's so it.
Boom, we have it. Thanks so much, Gemma. Mic drop.
No, that honestly,
I have
since, I
goosebumps.
know. Since working with regenerative farmers,
Mm,
no joke, they are literally the most spiritual people that I have met, and they don't even know that they're spiritual.
yeah. Mm,
Like, as we were saying about like the pendulum swinging, I went straight into the spiritual, spiritual new age community,
yeah.
like Tarzan
Yeah.
on a freaking, I don't know, vine,
Bum short. Bum shorts. Tarzan with bum shorts. Yeah.
straight into the spiritual community and was like, oh dear God, no, and went completely the other way.
Oh dear God, no. We have to talk about that.
Well, hold on a minute. So I not that the opposite way would be regenerative farming, but it kind of did that. It maybe went into a completely different timeline, and I ended up in regenerative farming community, and I was like, hold on a cotton pick a minute. These guys actually know what they're talking about. These guys are connected to the land. They talk, they're watching the weather. They're, talking to the soil. Like they're
Yeah.
talking to the fun
Oh,
guys.
yes. Mm. They
Like
are. Yeah.
they're the people that we should be following. And like just spending time. I know more about grass than a lot of people right now, and I'm really impressive in my grass knowledge. Like I go to Groundswell now, which I think everyone on the planet needs to go and just spend a day and listen to people that are actually looking after the land and where the food comes from, because you actually understand yourself a lot more. I would absolutely say that if you can get to somewhere like that or go to a regenerative farm and speak to a farmer who's actually working on the land, I think that you'll just understand life
Mm.
so much better. But the
Yeah,
point
because
I was,
you see the connections, you know, also the dependencies, you know.
yeah.
If not, then if there is not rain, then if there is not good soil, then I think this is all it.
But
When you
what you were
see
talking about, the mineral density of food, of us, of our hair, like, I mean, I would love to do that with you and work out what's going on with my mineral density. That sounds well interesting.
it is, I can
I
send you
can
some.
normally tell by my blood
Hmm.
and the way that my body smells. That's how I normally work out if I'm well or not.
Hmm. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But then I don't wear any scents or anything, like I feel like maybe that's also one of our problems is our senses are not connected to reality whatsoever because we're so, you know,
I'm laughing. I totally get you because we are like losing the power of our senses. There are, I don't know, maybe it's like also myths, but I do believe that our sensory were much sharper, sharper. The seeing, the smelling, the touching, the feeling, all the telekinesis stuff, telepathy stuff. Look at the Aborigines in Australia. They are showing us, and I absolutely think that it is like that. Absolutely. Yeah.
hmm hmm.
And
But
I wanted to say something and I forgot. Okay, no mind.
we'll come back to it. But I think the what you were saying in regards to the breatharians about the polarity of it,
Hmm.
I think that it's necessary to point out that there is so much that evolution that needs to happen in somebody before they can do that. I don't see that you can go on a course for a week and learn how to be a breatharian. Like I I don't even feel like confident that I would be able to teach someone the way that I meditate. It would take years of me sitting with someone and watching them because not that it's dangerous, that's not the right word, but
It is dangerous, depending on your consciousness. Yes, it is. And
well
I think we could
there's
say that.
the way that I yes, yes, but it's more the responsibility. And I think that's the thing that maybe people don't understand. And it's taken me so long to get my head round the responsibility of actually having knowledge and having information and what do you do with it and how do you actually help?
Yeah, exactly. It's the integrity thing also what I meant.
Yeah.
Because not everyone is ready to get the full blow, you know. I'm very aware also when I do the circles or stuff, what knowledge I give into that,
Mm,
depending on the people sitting there.
mm,
Because it can be too much, it can be also like a breathwork session. It's
mm,
re-traumatizing for some people at some
mm.
point, you know? And I think that's also very important. But what I wanted to say was, now I'm getting it because of the
Yes.
senses you were telling. My hubby is always laughing at me because he at from time to time he has problems with his middle ear. From
Oh,
childhood on, it's from time to time when he is, I don't know, in the sea, swimming, or in the lake or stuff, he gets like an infection. And I can tell by smelling him. I smelling him and I'm like, I think you get an infection.
yeah.
And he's looking at me and he said, but I don't have anything. I think you get an infection. Please do your lavender roll on and stuff. Do the thyme roll on stuff. And then it's getting better. And I'm always sniffing. And I'm like, that's fine. Now it's cool, but, or you're off. You are smelling like, sour a little bit when he
Yes.
is very stressed. When he's
Yes.
very stressed, he's a very stressful phase, working and stuff. I'm like, oh, I think we have to put lots of minerals into your organism because I feel like you're getting sour. Yeah.
No, that's so true.
Mm.
It's
And
so
he's
true.
always laughing, and I'm like, yeah.
But the thing is, women generally do have heightened senses for those
Mm.
kind of situations.
Yeah. We are the healers.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The
And
medicine
get
women.
this, I actually think that spirituality actually came through a man, not a woman.
Tell me.
And this is through working with the farmers.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like their connection to the land and to the animals,
Mm-hmm.
that that is their connection to Mother Earth. I feel like women are connected to the great I am,
Mm-hmm.
to um
Prana, chi, and everything, or
well, I was gonna say like timepieces.
mm-hmm.
Women are the timekeepers, like as
Mm-hmm.
in expanse of time. Like we can see things.
Like the cycles and stuff, you know?
Like
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah. Okay. We
yeah,
are, yes, I getting it. Like
the
the weaving in the time, you know? Like,
that's the one.
yeah.
And men are actually guardians of Mother Earth.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
they are
every
like the
every single
container.
day, going out into the land, reading the weather, reading the animals. What does everyone need today? Like men aren't actually meant to have anything to do with women other than to
Mm-hmm.
procreate.
Mm-hmm.
Like the more that I sink into it and regards, seeing all these relationship gurus and all the stuff that they're spouting about, men need to be more of this and men need to be more of that. And I'm like, what the hell are you going on about? Women just need to actually befriend themselves and other women and
Hmm.
crack on and actually let men go off and do the things that they're here to do. Because the reason why nothing is getting done is because men are too busy trying to be everything to a woman.
Hmm. Interesting perspective.
Like they honestly just need to be left to their own devices so that they can actually crack on and do the jobs that they're here to do. But they're trying to be everything to everyone and they can't do it. You can't do it in the same way that women can't be fucking big boss woman, mum, blah blah blah. Like, and this is, I suppose this
You
is
mean
something.
at the same time?
Yeah, like
Mm.
everyone's trying to be everyone, and it's like just
Hmm.
freaking pack it in. Like, just let people, the sexes, do what they do well. There's a reason why women were built on cycles. There's a reason why we're built round the moon. That's our energy. That's what we need to use. Men work on the sun. They work day to day. Let them freaking crack on. Let's just
Yeah.
do what we do well and stop.
Yeah, and you can give them also like a foundation of like the oxytocin and dopamine stuff because the women are running on oxytocin and
Mm,
men on dopamine, and that's also making sense. So dopamine is like it's not about willpower. Dopamine is about do it,
mm.
do it. It's not
There's,
about what you want. It's about that you're doing it and get a gratification for that. And the women are like oxytocin. We need more connection, more feeling, more body contact, which is
yes.
not dangerous potentially, or which is not based on a certain goal, which sex is. So for yeah, and this is I think this is a yeah, I can imagine that, yeah.
Honestly, I'm so passionate about it at the moment. I'm like, and I feel like I don't want this to sound like self-righteous. I feel like it's going to though. I have always had quite high testosterone, always. Like I'm not going to wait for somebody else to do something for me. I'm going to go off and do it myself, very forward thinking, which hasn't always gone in my favor. Completely understand that. Sometimes it's been a little bit too out of whack. But the thing that I have learned from doing that is when you have good solid relationships with women and you know that they're not going to screw you over and you know that they're standings, like if you look at the seed of life, the circles are
Yeah,
overlapping,
yeah.
aren't they?
Hmm.
When women can actually do that and become intimate with each other and have really difficult conversations. Like, honestly, I had one of the most difficult conversations with a woman the other day that I've only met like briefly. And it could have, like, if that conversation would have happened 5 years ago, it would have
Hmm.
ended in a freaking,
Nightmare. Okay,
like
cat
a cat
fight.
fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was literally just like the easiest conversation. No one was blaming. It was literally like, I feel like this, I feel like that. There's a disagreement. Oh, okay, what are we disagreeing on? Like, and actually having a proper conversation where it wasn't like, you did this, me,
No,
me,
it's
me.
solution focused.
Oh my God, I came away from it
Mm-hmm.
going, with it's world peace.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's
And
not, it's not hard.
it's I think it's also the beauty in it. And I think I really feel that because when everyone is pulling their all the masks and all the roles and just sit there raw with their what is. So there is a disagreement, there is something not feeling right in your body. Please help me to identify that. That's why we need each other.
Yeah.
Because ourselves we don't know that because when someone gets triggered or I don't know, that's always like a healing opportunity for yourself. But yeah, I do get, I totally get that.
I feel like there's so many problems that women face that
Mm.
would literally be solved if we could come into proper relation with each other.
Yeah.
Like all this perimenopause and hot flashes and like the whole world seems to have gone absolutely bananas with like lymph drainage and stuff. Like why is everyone so inflamed? Like has anyone
Yeah.
thought that Wi-Fi? Has anyone thought how separated we are? Like
And that's bringing us back to the breatharians because I think that's very privileged and very, how to say, I don't like the narrative that tells us everyone could do that. And I don't believe that, especially what the discussion is about we had, like the consciousness, like the steps in between you have to make. And
mhm,
also it depends, I truly believe that it depends on where you're living.
mhm.
When a guy in, I don't know, in South America told me this, living on a farm or doing whatever, it's a different situation as when you're living in Germany in a city where everywhere are like Wi-Fi, you have your chemtrails, you have all the stuff. So don't talk something about that. I don't believe you. So you're in a other life reality which is not mine. I
Oh
have to
yeah.
take other care for my body in the environment I am in. And that's the
Mm.
whole point. And I break totally up with all the spiritual nonsense last year. It was another awakening for me, to be honest. It was quite a hard time. And I was like, this is shit, this is shit, this is shit. This keeps us in a box. What are you hoping?
What
Why?
started it off in us? What was the catalyst?
The catalyst, what was the catalyst? It was, well, I wrote an ebook about spiritual bullshit last year.
Uh-huh.
And I felt like reflecting all my spiritual journeys I had so far the last 8 years, like really making place for something new. So my body gave me like an, yeah, how to say, you have to get rid of something because you are full of concepts, you're full of belief systems, of new belief systems. So you have yourself optimized so well that you're
Mm-hmm.
getting into another hamster wheel, you know? And
Mm.
do these routines really serve me? Is cacao drinking serving me? Is it serving me, to sit in the morning, have your meditation, but is it serving me when everything in my body is actually wanted to work and building your empire, you're creating. So is it serving me? No, the fuck no. I don't have to meditate. My meditation is when I'm creative and do my stuff here. Yes, that's
Yes.
creation for me. And I was like, this is shit. Do I really have to ask the cards of how I feel right now? It's always the same. I see the cards and I know, yeah, thank you for nothing. I know that. It's thank you for nothing. So I throw the shamanic cards I had, I throwed it away.
Uh-huh.
I really burned it. I was like, no, I don't need the wheels on my the additional wheels on my bike. How to
Yeah.
say it? That the helping wheels,
Training wheels
the
or
training wheels.
yeah.
Get rid of them. I'm fed up. And I was burning and I was sorting things out, letting the crystals go back to Mother Earth. And not everyone, obviously, because I'm attached to. But and don't take everything so serious about healing. And that was the moment where something shifted, and the ebook was really my own healing journey because in every concept out there, there is no embodiment. No, not at all. It's like, yo, you have to manifest. No, you're not able to manifest when you're in a constant flight or fight mode. You are not even in near the vagal ladder you have to go and stuff like that. So, oh, that was my journey, and obviously not everything is fine with my body. I know that because I always have I still have the consequences of all the stuff I went through, and I
Mm.
really have to take good care of myself, and therefore I had to make place. Even though, how do I conduct the women's circles. What could I tell? And I was like, everything has to be gone. The only thing I did was like drum journeys to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to put any concepts on anybody. I don't want it. Find your own truth about it. And though I knew that before, obviously, I knew that, I was like, no, I'm part of the problem. I
Mm-hmm.
get rid of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that was my purging actually last year. It was a real
Mm-hmm.
purge,
Mm-hmm.
very profound, very deeply, and not trusting everything all this community and all the bubbles tell me, to come back to my ego, helping my ego to give me structure again. Because you're like
Mm-hmm.
floating away when you're going in this new age spirituality and all the other stuff, like you always told me, like you told me about the pendulum. And that's what happens the last year. And I lost many people from then. And that's
Mm-hmm.
fine because I changed, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It sounds like you've gone through a very big cog of evolution.
Hmm. And then I came back to perimenopause and menopause, and I was like, also to the thing you told, women are losing estrogen and progesterone. We are getting manly at some point, but we have such a laser focus clarity, and that's dangerous. I truly feel like a razor blade right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not tolerating bullshit anymore. I'm getting everyone into how to say responsibility. It's about integrity and it's about creating what is nurturing, and all the other stuff has to go.
Mm-hmm.
Point. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where I'm in at the moment.
Well, it sounds so similar to myself, like unbelievably.
And that's the power of hormones, by the way.
Well, I was going to say that I feel like the psyop for women
Mm,
at our age, around, I think once you hit your late 30s, your hormones turn into something, um, how can I say it?
it's like a catharsis.
Yeah, but it's this level of what the opinions don't matter.
No, because oxygen is dropping. Oxygen is your tend and befriend hormone. And
Yeah.
at the moment, you're like, when you're low on estrogen, you're like, fuck this shit. You're just deploying me. No.
Yeah.
And that's it quite easy. That's
Yeah.
what's actually a reel I made because saying no won't be a problem anymore for me and for many
But
women.
all that energy
Mm,
needs to go somewhere.
hmm
This is one of the, I suppose, the bugbears, like the thing that I find so irritating is in women's spaces, we're not talking about the energetics of what's going on. So in your late 30s, in my understanding, this is what comes to me in pictures,
hmm
is your hormones are dropping, but that doesn't mean you're less fertile. Like
hmm
your hormones are dropping, but that doesn't mean you have less energy. It doesn't mean that you have less muscle. It doesn't mean any of those other stories that we make. The fact is that we're stopping doing things. So
Yeah.
that is a symptom of thinking that you can't.
Mhm. I
So
would
if
like,
you look at women from indigenous
hmm
places everywhere, they're still having children later.
hmm
They have children whenever it suits them. Like there is no limit. They don't suffer from the perimenopause. They just have a menopause where they actually just stop making eggs because obviously they do run out. Like that's a given.
yeah.
And you see them, you know, working, taking care of the children, doing all the things that the young women do, but they just do it at their own pace. Or they have more pivotal roles within whatever kind of, I mean, I'm talking about Indigenous women in general. So you can't really
Yeah, yeah.
say that they have a certain role, but
Yeah, the wise women in
exactly,
the
they take on different positions where they're, might be organizing people, but they're not shut away. They don't
no.
disappear from village life. They don't stop being the people that they are.
No, they are educating the new generations,
Exactly.
helping the mothers. It's like a evolutionary privilege women
Exactly.
have,
So why
like
in Western
orcas and stuff.
society? Why
Hmm.
in Western society you get to 40 and everyone's going, oh, well, I'm 40 now. I can't do this and I can't do that and I can't do the other and I can't go out and dance and I have to
They
change my
do,
life.
the women I'm working with, they do have the symptoms, and I am fully aware that they are there because we are in a very sick environment, you know?
Yeah, but it's here.
Not only, I think it's on a deep cellular level also. When you're depleted your whole life, when you took hormonal contraception and all the stuff, it has an effect on your, yeah, on the tiniest part of your cell, yourself, and that's the cell, and it's like inside, it's like outside. So what do you expect? So the women are depleted on a cellular level, and this shows outside.
Yeah, massively so. I would say that I went on to contraceptive pill when I was literally just going into puberty.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what effect that had on my energetic
Yeah,
system? Like, who knows? Like, we're never going to be able to tell that.
yeah.
I feel like there's a whole mass wave of women in Western society that are not only dealing with the prescription side of it, but also the mentality of knowing that when they get to 40, they've been told their whole world. My mum used to say it like, oh, I'm an old girl now and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, Mum, what the hell are you talking about? You're freaking gorgeous. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I used to look at my mum when I was younger and think, I'd freaking love to be like mum. Like,
Mm-hmm.
she's a fox.
Mm-hmm.
She never used to wear makeup. She was never trendy. I could show you some really hilarious photographs of my mum, but it was her energy. She's freaking stunning. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
flirtatious. She'd laugh her head off. Like, she wouldn't give a shit who was watching. She used to
Mm-hmm.
just,
Be herself, enjoyed herself.
oh, it was
Yeah,
so freaking sexy.
yeah.
And then I see women, like, there's so many women, like, I'm seeing faces now that I'm in awe of. Like, I'm looking at them going, freaking hell, like, how, what? Oh my God, like, and I'm not in any way a lesbian or,
Mm-hmm.
have romantic feelings towards women. But when I see women that are,
Juicy.
oh yeah, that's the
Yes.
word,
Yeah,
like,
juicy. Yeah,
oh my
yeah,
God, like, do you know who you are?
yeah.
Like, I absolutely, I mean, I like looking at nice looking men, but to look at women who are really owning who they are,
Yeah.
God, it's like,
Yeah, it's empowering.
I love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, I do get what you're saying. And at the same time, I think many women are not really educated on what's happening with the body. I think it's the same with all the other work we did. So,
Mm,
what does I have some clients, to be honest, who were like, I think I'm going crazy. What's happening with me right now? And I think, hey, that's an hormonal shift. It's absolutely natural. You're in that age. It could happen. Nowadays, it happens a little bit too early, to be honest, because we are not really in sync with what we should do, you know?
hmm.
And I think that's also like for people who are searching for answers, it is helpful because it's for me, it's always the way round. It's about self empowerment. When I know what is possible, I can do something.
Mm,
That's for me. It's not
mm.
like telling the women you have that, blah, blah, blah. But that is natural. And there is a whole new journey starting with this initiation, which comes afterwards. You know, I
Mm.
think it's about perspective, and it's the same with we don't have initiations in our modern society. When you have your first menstruation, when you
Hmm.
have your first baby or stuff like that, you don't have something like that. And I
Hmm.
think the perimenopause, menopausal phase, it's also like another initiation for the most powerful cycle actually as a woman. And that's why we are why we are being shut off from everything. And that's the whole point. That's my intention doing the work which I'm doing. So
No, honestly, you couldn't be. I knew that I was going to be excited about this conversation, but what you were just saying about initiation
yeah.
for me is exactly where I'm at in regards to working with community at the moment.
Yep.
To get to be, how can I say it? To I think I'll start this way. I think when I first met you, I had started the Women of Eden.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think I had
I
started
remember.
it.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
obviously, well, not obviously, but I collapsed because I did not have the capacity to hold that space. And I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to hold it in a way that wasn't really mine.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like, oh, I sort of get this, I've got this idea. And I was looking around outside of myself on how I should run it, how I should scaffold it, how I should build it, what the foundation should be like, blah, 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 blah.
You tried to find solutions
Yeah,
outside, and yeah, but that's the whole problem with women doing business. I see it everywhere. You have to be like that. You have to be like that. So no, fuck it. Go into the bin. Do your own stuff.
exactly. But that I had to burn that
Hmm.
version of what I thought leading women looked like.
Bam.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to lead it my way. And my way is completely different to the person that I was trying to build it. The leader of Women of Eden before
Hmm.
was someone who's so masculine trying to do something that's so feminine because
Hmm.
I thought that's what people wanted of me. You
Hmm.
know, be softer, be more this, be more. And I'm like, I can't hold this space with like in this energy. I feel like a floppy, I'm mother goosing everyone,
Yep.
you know, and freaking out and and not getting anywhere. Like literally we're going around in circles. And I was like, right, okay, let's burn that idea of what Women of Eden needed to be. And like this honestly, it feels like we've been through the same thing. Like literally just getting rid of all the material bullshit out of spirituality
Yep.
and then going, right, what actually lights me up? Where is my passion? Where is my gifts and what do I value? And then actually building something. How am I going to hold this space through being me, not through trying to be something that somebody else wants me to be?
Yeah, and according to your own nervous system, and then going step by step, don't leaving out anything because you can't cheat on yourself because otherwise you're going to collapse. We know that.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I was like, there's and the biggest part of it, and I'll be so honest, was money.
Yeah.
I felt like I have always been able to be financially stable, always been able to make money, never been a problem for me. I've done very well at lots of different types of business. Nothing ever scares me. I mean, like with Gemma Gains, for God's sake, it's like
Hmm.
it's written into my name.
Yes.
And I felt bad. I
Oh.
felt shame, like to be profitable and wealthy and abundant. And I was like, why do I feel so guilty? Like,
What was your answer?
well, the only thing that I could boil it down to was, and this is really personal to me, but I really don't mind sharing it.
Oh, thank you.
Um, my relationship with my dad was very strained when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very, very tight with his money. Like my dad was amazing businessman. Like he could make something out of nothing. Like honestly, the most abundant human being that I've ever come across. Like he was, you know, he was a good businessman and he was an amazing artist and he always had tons of money, always. He's a very, very profitable, wealthy human being. But his idea of wealth was to make sure that we were stable, the house was paid for, the bills were done, blah, 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 blah. And he would never share his wealth with us.
Mm. Hmm.
And obviously that had a big effect on me when I
So
was a
you're
kid.
not worthy for
Yeah, like you're
receiving
not sharing
his.
it with me. Why are you not like I could never
Ah,
understand.
okay.
Like my mum was very much in scarcity and she would kind of have separate money to my dad. Like obviously I don't want to go into their full financial stuff because it's private, but
Yeah.
it just very the my dad was very wealthy, my mum seemed very poor. It was a kind of strange dynamic and
Hmm.
that is something that obviously has had an effect on me and my mind.
Hmm.
And I would sometimes take what I needed. And obviously as a child, I would feel like, well, if you're not going to give it to me, I need it. There's things in my life that I need. Like I'm missing out on a life.
Yeah.
And this was before I started working because I did actually start working really young and earning it myself.
Hmm.
But there was this little window of time where I was like, if you won't give it to me, then I'm going to have to take it. And I feel like that did a little, that sat in my mind as in like I'm having to take what I know that is mine.
Yeah. Hmm.
And when I kind of sat with that, I was like, my dad, because I was always really angry with my dad in regards to money. But now I look back and I'm like, my dad was doing his absolute best. Like, we never went without, like, ever.
Hmm.
And he worked his ass off from like 6 in the morning till 6 at night.
It's always like of course it's the conditioning. It's always the mind fuck we have and the
Exactly.
perspective the perspective we have on it. Of course, our parents do their best in their perspective, but
Yeah.
it has an effect on us. Of
But the
course.
guilt, the guilt that I was feeling was how easy I make money.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I actually had to have like a conversation with my dad, like obviously
Mm-hmm.
not to his face, but just in
Yeah.
my mind and just say, it doesn't have to be that hard, Dad. Like and I feel like I've broken through this scarcity that my dad was feeling, my mum was feeling, like it
Mm.
really doesn't have to be that hard. And to be able to share my wealth as well, like it for and to teach people this kind of wealth building and why haven't I been sharing it
Mm-hmm.
and why do I get like because I suppose like double backing you back into that falling out with friends when you become successful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, don't fall out with me. Let me teach you. Like, I want you to be wealthy and abundant. Like, if you're in my circle, you're making the best money. You're making money easy. Like, I want you to be outsourced, fully resourced. I want you to outlive me. I want you to be better than me. Let me teach you so
Mm-hmm.
that you can make it your own and you can amplify it. And I'm like, why are you falling out with me? You don't understand who I am. Like I want to help you.
Yeah.
And then I see
So
different people in my life coming in and going out and I'm like,
yeah.
like
But
you're
that
hating on me.
connection is a choice then.
Yeah, but I also think that people are like what you were saying, people are not ready.
Mm. And that's
Like to
okay.
be successful takes a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, it is. It has because you are nurturing a being successful on which, first of all, what does successful mean for you? That's the first question.
Yeah, I think I go completely under the radar because my idea of success is to have as much free time as possible.
I'm with you. I think freedom is for me success.
Yeah.
Freedom of whom I'm working with, of resources, of my time, of the places I'm working. That's for me freedom.
Yeah.
And that's
That made
that's
that
that's my
made
intention.
that was there. I felt that there.
That's what I'm doing that. And it's
Yeah.
selfish. It's completely selfish.
Yeah. But this is we're making so many dots come together now.
Yeah.
In regards to this initiation for women,
Yeah.
I feel like it's that to
I
to learn that being selfish is not selfish.
no, because I always like when it's the most basic thing, and everyone, I'm sure everyone listening to my podcast knows that. Being selfish is like sitting on the airplane, you're getting your first for your oxygen mask. It's so obvious because otherwise you cannot help any other people, and it's about that. And I'm selfish because if I nurture myself in a good way, I could contribute to my community, to my family, to my hobby, to do all the good stuff, but otherwise it's not possible. I cannot command, control or manipulate other people, and I don't want that. But I can
Mm.
do it myself for me. And it's
But
a
all
magic.
that power, all that energy, all that nutrition is going
Yeah.
towards you.
Yeah. And I had like a very interesting conversation with a woman who is very spiritual. She's a client of mine, and she was not really thinking about the hair mineral analysis. And I told her, watch it. When you're doing that, your character is changing, your personality is changing. You are getting through like your trauma cycles and stuff because you're on a plateau right now. And she was like, nah, I don't believe it. I don't want to take the supplements and all the stuff because she was really depleted. And she's taken it. After 2 months, she was like, I think I just went through like a loop. It's done. And I'm like, yeah, you're welcome. You did it.
But what you were saying in regards to the grounding, the
Hmm.
connection
Hmm.
between Mother Earth and us when we eat,
Yeah.
for me, even if you didn't go into any kind of spiritualness at all,
Hmm.
if you fed it through a very, very practical lens, like, you know, straight to the point, we we are energy.
Yeah, we are.
We are
Our
an electric
mitochondria.
body, aren't we,
Yeah.
basically?
Yeah, absolutely.
And to have current, you have
What
to
do you
have
need?
minerals.
What do you need for? Yeah, exactly. What do you need to have a current? It's minerals.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Like
it's
there's
so
there's
easy.
so many
The
ways that
circle,
you can look at it.
the circle is now
The
full close.
circle of life.
Life.
Yeah, but the song that you were playing before,
Yes, should I play it?
well, yes, please do, but the lyrics in it about being a nutritious meal, isn't it?
You got the love?
Yeah.
Is it? Do you hear it? Do you
It's
hear it?
right, hold on. I need to find it now. Oh, that's hilarious as well. We've got 111 on the
But do you hear it? The music?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Ihr dürft jetzt alles ein bisschen mit uns tanzen. You have to dance with us, I told. To all the people hearing. You got the love. You got the love. Hey, it's so fitting.
Hold on.
It's so fitting because
I'm
today is
looking at the lyrics because I'm sure that it says oh, hold on.
it's from Florence and the Machine, and it's
Yeah, when
like
food is
adaptation.
gone, you are my daily meal.
Boom. And it could be you also like that's the dark side, vampirism, like an energy parasite could also be. Huh? It's always tomato, tomato.
Always, it's always, it's always. That's the reason why we, the the thing that they're showing me is, the fat, salt, and sugar.
Yeah.
The three, I can't think what they call it. So scientists created the most addictive food by food, it's the pleasure. Oh, I can't remember what
It's a
they call it.
dopamine. It's like a dopamine cracker. It's like the sugar stuff and things. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but they,
Mhm.
when the whole world went completely bananas with the caramel chocolate
Yeah.
or the caramel pretzels or the
Yeah, yeah,
caramel
yeah,
blah
because
blah
they
blah.
they put together salty and sugar, and then you're just like cra and fat, and you're craving it, and
Exactly. So
yeah,
that is parasitical.
yeah, it is absolutely. Yeah,
Like we don't need that. That is the worst thing
yeah,
for all of humankind is to go for those peak experiences with food.
hmm yeah, because you are getting used to this peak experience. It's like being addictive. I mean, that's the main point of addiction. You always try to get the peaks, and obviously, the more often you take it, your shot or whatever, you're not getting the peak anymore, and you're trying and trying and trying, and then you have like a parasitic dependency.
I have been working through my coffee stuff
Mm-hmm.
recently.
Mm-hmm.
So tea, I have been drinking since I was a kid. It was in my
Mm-hmm.
bottle
Yep.
with sugar. That
Oh.
has been easy. I've managed to stop drinking tea. Coffee, completely different realm.
I know that. I'm drinking coffee. I had a phase where 2 years I didn't drink coffee anymore. And you know what? Coffee is for me like it's medicine. At some point, coffee is getting rid of stuff. You can also have coffee anemia,
Mm, mm,
anemias. But
mm.
when you're drinking coffee, obviously it has an effect on your cortisol, adrenaline, and all the stuff. But coffee is always, it's so deeply connected for myself and combined with, I'm working right now.
Mm.
I'm working right now. And you know what? I love to work. And I slap myself always like, you don't have to drink coffee and it's so bad for you. And yeah, at some point it is, but not 1 cup of coffee a day. I mean, I'm
Hmm.
not drinking like a liter or something like that.
How do you have your coffee?
Just basic coffee, of course, organic coffee. Sometimes I put MCT oil in it, some collagen. Sometimes it's just dairy milk, simple
Hmm.
as that,
Do
and
you
that's
have a
it.
sweetener?
No, of course not. I've never drink
Ah,
coffee. I've never drink coffee with sugar. Never.
really? See
Mm-mm.
that's the thing I think is going to be the game changer because I use honey in my coffee
Hmm.
and raw milk, which is obvious, or Jersey milk, which is so incredibly sweet.
Yeah, I've never drank with sugar. That's not my thing.
That's such a good thing because I think because I don't have sugar in most of my life unless I have fruit. So
Yeah.
rare that I have sugar now.
Hmm.
And for me, that's my peak experience.
Yeah,
So
but honestly, honey, I mean, it's 80/20 in everything you're doing in your life. 80, try to be healthy and do the stuff your body needs and feeds and nurtures, and 20 is like, I want to experience all the crazy stuff too. So it doesn't
mm,
make sense for me.
yeah, no,
I'm
there's
not
nothing
here
wrong
to
with
be a
having a
monk.
cake.
I'm not here to be a monk and be like very correct. Not in this lifetime. I don't, it's not going to happen, okay? And
I
I'm
hope
cool with
not.
it. Huh? What?
I hope not. I still want to play.
Yes. Maybe monks are playing too, I don't know. But yeah, don't take everything so serious. And that's what I'm saying, like a female health coach as well. Yeah, you have to have something which nurtures your soul, and sometimes it's a piece of chocolate. I mean, what the fuck?
Mm.
That's
What
another
are you
dogma.
working on at the moment, Inez? Where are you with your what are you working on with women? You said about the hair
Hair
testing.
minerals. I do that like 4 years right now, so that's nothing new for me. So I
Oh,
have
okay.
experience with more than 100 women doing that quite successfully. Um, and I'm trying to have like no, actually, I don't want to say that. I think that's the process I'm in right now. I want to keep it for myself because I learned that I not put everything out when I'm in the
Mm.
process, and that's fine. That's thank you for challenging me. That's good. And I'm
No,
like,
but so good.
and I'm like, you're going to see. Yeah, that's okay. But I'm working on stuff. I'm working on um, how to say, to empower the women, to go through their initiation in a
Mm.
integer, proper, positive, and fucking powerful way. That's it.
I just saw an image of you pulling someone through fire.
Yeah, exactly. Through the hot flashes. Because the hot flashes is burning all the bullshit away.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
yeah.
And I was like, of course it is. What else could it be?
Do you know, oh my God, that's such a good point. I started getting hot flashes as my last relationship ended.
Mm-hmm.
They've gone, they've stopped,
Do, do,
done.
do, do, do,
I
do,
was
do, do,
like,
do.
there's so much more to symptoms that we're feeling than
Yeah,
a
the
one
body is
size
always
fits
talking with
all.
us.
Yeah.
It's so clear that the body is always talking to us, and we all have to unbullshit ourselves.
Yeah. Unbullshit ourselves. I think that's the title
Of
of
the
this.
of this unbullshit.
Unbullshit yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you feel like we've come full circle?
We come to full circle, Gemma. Do you want to say anything at the end of this?
I just love our playtime because that's how I see
Yes.
it. I love our playtime. I uh I feel like I feel like every time we connect, I see your face across Moraline's dining table when we first met.
Giggling already.
Yeah, like with just haven't even asked you if like I'm literally like standing outside your house just to knock on the door to say, "Are you coming out to play?" And you're already like, "Oh
Where have you been?
yeah, yeah."
Finally, you're there, you know? I'm like, okay, here.
I just feel like there's something so um kindred spirit about it, someone who enjoys being silly and giggle, but at the same time could be quite easily in depth having, a very logical conversation. And
Yeah.
I mean,
Spoil some deep,
what were we
spoil
talking
some deep shit.
about? The spicy flying air hostess unicorn or something like that. What were
Yeah.
we talking about? The table.
The Pegasus slides. Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so funny. We need
Oh
to do
man.
that again. We need to all arrange to get
Yeah. Thank you
together.
so much. And yeah, say hello to your aloe veras. Please say hello to these very wise plants.
I will do. But yes, we do need to figure out how we're going to actually be able to get together again.
We're doing that.
Yes, please.
Much
But thank you
love.
everyone for listening. It's been fun to have you along for another one of our chats.
Yes.
Completely not planned.
Completely not planned and just flowing. We are so good at channeling all the wisdom of the world because we are such how to say such clean vessels that we are. Oh man, I love about it. Thank you, Gemma. You
No, thank
really
you.
that's the best start of the day. Could we have it on every Tuesday? It's like the Gemma Ines playground time. That
Yeah.
would be good.
Oh, why don't we ask the audience
Yes.
for topics?
Hmm.
and we'll smash out like half an hour, different ones.
Yeah, that would be good because otherwise we're sitting here the whole day. Wouldn't be a problem.
Should we do it? Where is this going? Is this going on YouTube or?
Let me just pause. We say bye bye.